Hey everyone, welcome back to another show. I'm John Swicky. Thanks for joining us this week. We've got 4 awesome things to go through. I think let's just get right into it. So, first off, we have a demo of MusicGen. So, MusicGen is something from, looks like Facebook, which is kind of cool. So, we got MusicGen from Facebook, and it's very similar to Google's LLM kind of music creation tool we showed off, I think a couple weeks back. But this one you can actually add some more. You can add a condition on a melody. Okay, cool. So there's a couple of pre-filled prompts here. So we got a connection error. Let's refresh. Let's try 90s rock song with electric guitar, heavy drums. Let's try this one. All right, so we're generating right now. And as you can imagine, it's going to take a lot of processing power, but I am surprised by how long this is taking. I don't actually know how Hugging Face is running this. So we shall see. Okay, here we go. So it is exactly what you would think this would sound. I'm not sure if the stream is set up to take in this input, but if you want to try this out, we'll keep it in the show notes, but it is exactly what I thought it would be. So, and it looks like every prompt you get 12 seconds of music, and let's head on over to this library, information on this library, see if we could find anything else interesting. Okay, so it shows you how you can run it yourself and the different model sizes. So pretty cool, actually. I mean, I think, like I said, I think that's something really spot on, really, really spot on. So I think this is going to be an interesting space. I got really into Google's property. I am not at all musically inclined. I've never played an instrument before, but I really found there to be a lot of creativity in using a tool like this. A lot of just, I think a lot of people are going to be able to do a lot of really interesting things with some of these things. And, having kind of, this kind of library of things to kind of go through and create, I think it's going to be super, super, super exciting. And I'm looking forward to playing with this a little bit more and kind of seeing some of the things that I come up with. So this is MusicGen by Facebook's research group, and we'll link it up in our notes. Okay, next up we've got ClipDrop by Stability AI. So this is a site that has a ton of image tools. And some of these things, if you're doing any type of image work, you're totally going to find a use case for some of these things, right? So you got your classic replaceable background. And for those that are listening, I'll try to give everyone the play-by-play. So, we have, let's do the shoe one. That's going to be nice and easy. Oh, it's making me sign up. Okay, so we have person walking in the sunshine, and looks like she's just in the forest. Now it looks like she's more in a desert environment, and it seems pretty seamless. It seems pretty well done. So now we have sports car underneath the bridge, now on a mountain snowy road, which does look a little, and now it's in a garage, which does look pretty good. And now it's going through some nightlife. So if we go back here, and the kind of the more interesting one, I think, out of all these is going to be the uncrop tool. So the uncropped is very much like Adobe's generative fill that we shut off a little while ago. And we can see some examples here. So we can see the original photo of this gentleman, and sitting near a waterfall. And then if we hit the uncrop button, you can kind of see a more fuller view. Let's play around with a couple others. This one's some abstract art that, wow, it looks pretty good. This one's just a texture, and it fills out the texture pretty well. And this one, we just have a landscape, which looks super seamless. So let's see. Let's try one. And I want to try one with this kind of abstract art. And we can drag and drop a little bit here to see how much we want to fill. I kind of want to do something a little odd. So let's put this in the corner. Let's kind of expand it out here. Let's try to break it a little bit here. So this one's very, wow. First shot looks really good. It's kind of an inky, very splatter, a lot like no consistencies really. So it's a hard image I feel like to pull off something like this. And wow, that first one looks perfect. And wow, that one got me. That was really good. And let's see, there's another one I want to try. Oh yeah, this one's called Reimagine XL. And you can create multiple variations from a single image. So I think this one's really cool because sometimes you just want, you want a couple different looks. So this one starts off with like bedroom shot, mattress, air conditioner in the window, very, very nicely put together room. And it kind of takes like the same kind of concepts, but it kind of just like kind of remixes it a little bit. It's still, bedroom shots, nice furniture, super bright colors, really, really, kind of cool. Okay, we got the bearded man near the waterfall again. So they're going to give us a couple different variations there. So we've got, is this the same guy? We've got the same guy, different poses. Looks a little bit more, looks a little bit more artistic, looks a little bit more generative, but it doesn't look bad by any means. It looks like we got a headshot here. Let's try this one. Okay, so just looks like very, very much just different people, kind of like the other guy. And we just have different landscapes here. So, yeah. So, ClipDrop, looks like we got about 9 different tools. Image upscaler, remove some text, clean up some images. Some really, really powerful stuff. The free account, you do sadly have a watermark involved, and they do limit your sizes. And they do have mobile apps, which is pretty cool. And, they have a paid tier, but like I said, it was just kind of cool to play around with and kind of see the use cases. Obviously, if you are going to use the images and you need them not watermarked, you gotta go for it. But a few bucks a month is pretty good for some of these tools, especially if it becomes part of your workflow. So we'll give this a link as well. So let's ClipDrop. All right. Next, I just wanted to kind of go over real quick. A couple of days ago, Bard had more updates. They're just kind of kind of not a lot of fanfare. They're just kind of going about doing their thing, kind of consistently putting up some updates. So they now allow you to export to Google Sheets, which is really cool. Depending on what kind of data you're working with, I could see that being super helpful in a workflow. But the other update is what really caught my eye. So I'm going to read it straight from the experiment updates page on Bard. So Bard codes for you for improved math and data analysts. Starting with English, we've updated Bard to detect computational prompts and run code in the background, making Bard better at mathematical tasks, coding questions, and string manipulations. Why? We're supercharging your ability to analyze data by making Bard better at computation, like finding how many times a certain number shows up in a data set. Bard won't always get it right, but we will keep improving with your feedback. So it sounds like given certain prompts, they will run them for you on your behalf with some Python code. kind of like ChatGPT's code interpreter plugin, but I haven't seen anything allowing file uploads yet. But, I think being able to kind of execute some of this code on your behalf is when, things start to get really interesting. And, they kind of left it a little simple, like string manipulation, right? Some mathematical tasks. So to run some computational queries for you, which is, super helpful. But I think, once you're able to get a CSV in there, start asking it some questions, doing some light, video editing. Hey, trim the first 5 seconds off this video, make this, split this into 2 files, make this PDF 2 pages, each with a different file name. That just kind of like those simple tasks that, kind of when they pop up get kind of annoying. When this can start to help with some of those things, that's when it's going to start to feel really, really powerful. But, quietly, really good update. Nothing to show off yet, but, definitely if you are a Sheets person, that export to Google Sheets is going to be pretty awesome. And I'm going to try to run some queries just to see what I can get with what kind of things prompt the Python executioner to run, Python to run. So we'll kind of see how that goes. And finally, we've got little design tool this week. This is Automator from Figma. So basically it's a Figma plugin which gives you an opportunity to automate a bunch of stuff. So demo here, you could kind of spec out your design. You could kind of import some data from Airtable, which is super helpful if that's where your data set is, as well as, hey, apply this certain style to these certain things. There's a find and replace one, it looks like here, which is super helpful. But also what they do have is a community page, which allows people to post their own automations. So like here's one, asset resizer, generate color swatches in these formats, file structure, override text. So I think that's kind of neat, where it allows you to kind of see what other people are doing with it and see, what are some of those things that, kind of how people are leveraging this, and where are some ways that you can kind of save yourself some time with your designs. So again, it's a paid product, a couple bucks a month, for one person, or they have a team account as well. But it looks pretty cool. It's nice to see some of these automations making their way into some design tools. And I do use Figma a little bit, and so this is awesome to see. So that's Automator for Figma, and it is a plugin. So I think it looks like that's going to wrap it up today. I want to thank everybody for joining us and taking the time. We'll include links to everything as well in the descriptions and in the show notes. And we will see everybody next time. Bye. Thank you.